So this song um, comes in the beginning of the movie itself, within about like maybe 10 15 minutes, I would say. So I'm going to, so there's going to be a little bit of spoilers, but not that much. It's like, so this so his backstory, his past, Hamza Ali's past, due to some land dispute or whatever, they'll some rivals, I don't know, like they will kidnap his sisters and rape one of the sisters, and they'll kind of like that. Those are the things that happens, and then he goes on a rescue mission, like and basically there's like a beautiful action scene in the beginning of the movie, and this song plays in the background, like as Ram Gopal Verma said in the interview. He Aditya there, I think he would have used it as like a celebration of the killing, the whole action scene. This song would play in the background. It like gives you a kind of a high, like if you watch that scene with this song playing in the background. It's a beautiful action scene. But there's a towards the end of that scene, there is a really powerful, intense scene, right, between him and his sister. And I still keep thinking about it for some reason. This is the scene that did the most impact. This scene was so intense and impactful. I still think about it. It's been like a week since I watched the movie. So it's after he kills like all of the gang and everything, and then he comes and then he finds where his sister is like tied up and whatnot, and she just screams at him. Okay, no words, nothing, and he looks at her with like tears in his eyes, and then with this there's no dialogue. There's not a single word that he says, and there's not a single word that she says. But there's so much conveyed in that silence. I thought like, why more directors don't use more silence in their movies. Silence is such a powerful thing. I think more directors should make use of because you can't explain like just in that like 30-40 seconds the kind of their exchange, their her scream and his like the way he looks at her and the way she looks at him. It's like it says like 100 different things which they couldn't have explained it with like one or two lines of dialogue. It's such an intense powerful scene. And I think, yeah, and I believe with this Durandar, two Durandar movies, what Aditya Dar has managed to crack is there's this formula, right? Everybody has been dying to crack this formula in the Indian industry, I would say. Like how to make a commercial movie with the right amount of realism to it, that proportion. I don't think anybody was able to crack it in the past, but Aditya Dar has managed to crack that. You could say, movies like, Andhra movies like what was the name of the director? Rajamouli and Prashant Neel, like they also have had like really successful movies, right? But their movies are more commercial. There's no realism in those movies, like be it Bahubali or so there's a like proper commercial movies, masala mainstream movies, right? But I think there's been a vacuum for this genre, the one that Aditya Dhar has like kind of um, I don't. I wouldn't say invented. Maybe like yeah. It's. I think it would say. I would say like it's like 60-40 proportion, like 60% commercial and 40% realism, or maybe even 70-30. 70-30 now wouldn't be the right way. Like it's a 60-40, I would say. It's like 60% commercial and 40% realism. I think that mix, we've been missing that as Indian audience. I'm saying we've been missing that. It because the movies would normally be either too realistic or a bit too commercial for the problem with that is like really artsy kind of directors, they make like very realistic movies which a normal audience may not necessarily like. And the commercial directors create like uber commercial masala movies which like intelligent audience may not necessarily gravitate towards. What Aditya has done is like he has found the right proportion of it, like so that there's a little bit of realism as well, so that people who like realistic movies who also won't miss anything, and at the same time it's not like a documentary kind of like uber realistic, art for the sake of art kind of movies. Because as Indian audience, I think we like commercial, but only better if there's realism to it, and that is why this movie works. Because they Ranveer Singh character Hamza Ali Mazari, he's not like this typical commercial hero, like a larger than life kind of a character. He just plays a role of a spy, and the spy, as much as spies are like as were known for their courage, as much as he's courageous, he's still, you know like a pawn in the whole the movie scape. And I think we want to watch more such movies. We would like nobody minds a little bit of realism in a commercial cinema, you know what I mean? So other directors should kind of like take notes and try to find the right kind of meet in the middle between like commercial directors, and then like these parallel cinema directors should come and like try and find the right proportion of it, so that more and more people would appreciate it. All right, see you guys in another video.